Welcome to a world where step out doesn't just mean hitting the stage, but stepping into a realm of luxury that defies imagination. It is 2026, and the Stray Kids global phenomenon hasn't just broken the charts, it has shattered every glass ceiling in the industry. We've seen them grow from hungry trainees to the undisputed kings of the Stray Kids everywhere all around the world mantra. But have you ever wondered what happens when that relentless God's menu grind turns into a blank check for the world's most exclusive treasures? This isn't just about flashy jewelry or fast cars, it's about a legacy being carved in gold, diamonds, and rare artifacts. From hidden architectural marvels to tech art hybrids that shouldn't even exist yet, the members have spent their 2026 rewards on items that tell a story of struggle, triumph, and an almost poetic level of refined taste. As we dive into this countdown, ask yourself, what would you buy if you had the world at your feet? Would you choose a piece of history, or would you build a future that looks like a sci-fi dream? The stakes are higher, the price tags are dizzying, and the sentimental value behind these purchases will leave you breathless. How did a group known for noise music develop such a sophisticated, silent luxury palette? Which member spent a fortune just to preserve a piece of his childhood, and who went full futuristic with a purchase that seems to come from the year 3000? Get ready to explore the secret vaults of the 8 members who redefined what it means to be a global icon. This is more than a list. It's a journey into the heart of their success. Are you ready to see how the kings of the new era are spending their hard-earned throne money? Let's unlock the vault and find out which member kicked off the year with a purchase so rare. Even museums are jealous. Who do you think took the top spot for the most meaningful splurge? 8. IN, the Golden Maknae's bespoke heritage vault, ancient timepieces revived. Imagine being only 25 years old and holding a piece of history that even the most prestigious museums in Switzerland would fight to display. That's exactly where we begin our journey with the youngest member of Stray Kids, the desert fox turned global style icon, IN. In 2026, Yang Jongjin officially stepped out of the cute Maknae shadow and into the light of high-end horology. But he didn't just walk into a boutique and buy a watch. Oh no, that would be too simple for a man who has spent years refining his taste under the eyes of millions. IN spent a staggering amount of his 2026 earnings on a bespoke, custom-restored Patek Philippe reference, 1,518, a watch so rare that seeing one in the wild is like spotting a unicorn in downtown Seoul. For context, this specific model was the first perpetual calendar chronograph ever made in series, and reportedly worked with a private collector and a master watchmaker for over 7 months to ensure every gear, every spring, and even the patina on the dial was preserved to his exact emotional specifications. There's something deeply reflective about this purchase. N has always been the one who watches his hyungs, the one who measures time by the growth of the group, and owning a timepiece that represents the pinnacle of human craftsmanship is his way of anchoring himself in a world that moves way too fast. When he was spotted wearing it during a quiet dinner in Aoyama, fans noticed that he wasn't flaunting it. He wore it under a simple cashmere sleeve, a silent luxury move that proved he isn't buying for the hype, he's buying for the soul. The watch features a moon phase complication that is said to be calibrated to the exact coordinates of Busan, a small but heart-wrenching tribute to his roots and the family that supported his dreams when he was just a kid with braces and a big smile. This 2026 acquisition isn't just about the millions of dollars it's worth, it's about the fact that IN now views time not as a deadline, but as a legacy. He's no longer the boy waiting for his turn. He's the man who owns the clock. Can you imagine the sheer weight of responsibility on that wrist? It's a bold statement that says, I've survived the rush, and now I choose the pace. But if the Maknae is starting the list with a world-class relic, you have to wonder what on earth could the older members have found that tops the literal mastery of time? Does luxury always have to be something you can wear? Or is the next member on our list looking for something a bit more permanent? Stay tuned, because number 7 is about to change your definition of home sweet home forever. 7. Seungmin, the melodic sanctuary, a soundproof architectural masterpiece. If you thought Seungmin was only about pristine vocals and a dandy puppy image, 2026 is the year he officially redefined his vocalist identity into something much more permanent and structural. While most idols are out there buying flashy sports cars that lose value the moment they hit the pavement, Kim Seungmin decided to invest in the very essence of his craft. In early 2026, rumors began to swirl after a top-tier architectural firm in Seoul leaked a confidential project involving a high-tech acoustic sanctuary, and fans quickly connected the dots to our favorite main vocalist. Seungmin reportedly spent a small fortune on a custom-built, sound-isolated penthouse studio that isn't just a room, but a literal instrument in itself. This luxury collection item is a box-in-box acoustic chamber designed by the world-renowned WSDG, Walters Storic Design Group, featuring floating floors and variable acoustic panels that can change the room's reverb time with a single touch on a tablet. We're talking about a level of detail where the air filtration system is so silent it doesn't even register on a laboratory-grade decibel meter. Why did he buy it? Because for Seungmin, luxury isn't about being seen, it's about being heard exactly the way he intends. This 2026 purchase reflects his legendary work ethic, the same guy who records his own practice sessions to analyze every single breath. Now, he has a sanctuary where he can record high-fidelity guides at 3 a.m. without disturbing a single neighbor or losing a drop of vocal clarity. The interior is rumored to be lined with rare, reclaimed wood from 19th century European concert halls, providing a natural warmth to the sound that no digital plugin could ever replicate. It's an emotional investment, a place where he can escape the idle noise and return to the pure, raw love of music that started it all. Every time he steps into that vault of sound, he's not just a superstar, he's a student of the craft, surrounded by the finest engineering money can buy. It's reflective, it's intense, and it's so uniquely Seungmin. He didn't just buy a house, he bought a legacy of perfect pitch. But while Seungmin is perfecting his sound in silence, the next member on our list is making a massive, visible splash that's literally turning heads across the oceans. Are you ready to see which member traded the recording booth for a taste of the high seas? Stay tuned for number 6, because this next purchase is so large, it needs its own port. 6. Felix, the Oceanic Voyager, a custom Louis Vuitton floating atelier. If the Machne line is about time and sound, the deep-voiced angel of Stray Kids, Felix, has decided that in 2026, the entire horizon belongs to him. It's no secret that Felix has a special connection with the ocean, being born in Australia. The sea is in his DNA, but what he acquired this year is beyond anything a regular luxury purchase could describe. In a move that sent shockwaves through both the K-pop and maritime industries, Felix took delivery of a custom-designed 80-foot solar hybrid catamaran. But here is the catch. It was designed in collaboration with the Louis Vuitton Heritage Department. This isn't just a boat, it's a floating atelier. Reportedly named Sunshine of the Sea, the vessel's interior is lined with the same VVN leather used in the brand's most iconic trunks, and the exterior features a subtle, iridescent monogram wrap that changes color from deep navy to soft silver, depending on the angle of the sun. But why such a massive, multi-million-dollar splurge? For Felix, 2026 has been a year of intense global dominance and high-pressure fashion weeks, and this yacht is his ultimate emotional anchor. It's a place where he can sail into the international waters of Jeju or the Mediterranean and just be Lee Yongbak. The boat features a state-of-the-art kitchen where he reportedly spends hours baking, yes, even in the middle of the ocean for his staff and friends, creating that sunshine magic away from the flashing cameras. There's a reflective depth to this purchase. It's about reclaiming the freedom of his childhood in Sydney, but with the refined elegance of the global icon he has become. The Sunshine of the Sea is also equipped with a professional-grade underwater drone system and high-definition cameras, allowing Felix to pursue his passion for photography and marine conservation, a detail that shows his heart is still as big as his bank account. When asked about it in a recent interview, he didn't talk about the speed or the price. He talked about the sound of the waves hitting the hull and how it reminded him of home. This 2026 collection item is the physical manifestation of success meets serenity. It's loud in its luxury, yet quiet in its purpose. Can you imagine the sheer peace of standing on that deck, sun-kissed and miles away from the nearest stay crowd, just listening to the heartbeat of the ocean? Felix didn't just buy a vehicle, he bought a piece of the horizon. But if Felix is conquering the seas, the next member on our list is taking things back to the land in a way that is so fast, so sleek, and so dark night that it might actually be illegal in some countries. Are you ready for the member who decided that 2026 was the year to break the sound barrier on four wheels? Stay tuned for number 5, because this next one is pure adrenaline. 5. Han, the Midnight Velocity, a one-of-one cyber-electric hypercar concept. Buckle up, because we are moving from the serene waves of the ocean to the neon-lit asphalt of Seoul at speeds that shouldn't be possible. In 2026, the ace of Stray Kids, Han Ji-sung, decided to manifest his lyrical speed into a physical form that looks like it was ripped straight out of a futuristic anime. Han has always been known for his lightning-fast rap and his quokka energy, but this year, he shocked everyone by acquiring a one-of-one, fully electric hypercar prototype developed in secret by a collaboration between Rimac and a top-tier Korean tech giant. Known internally as the J1 Spectre, this vehicle isn't just a car, it's a silent predator of the night. The matte carbon fiber body is designed with aerodynamic curves that mimic the flow of a musical staff, and the interior is a minimalist masterpiece featuring a cockpit that wraps around the driver like a second skin. But the real luxury isn't the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour speed of under 2 seconds. It's the emotional detail Han requested during the 2-year building process. The car's AI system is programmed to sync its ambient lighting and suspension stiffness to the BPM of whatever track Han is currently composing in his head. Imagine driving through the Han River Bridge at 2 a.m., the car glowing a deep violet that pulses in time with a new 3-racha demo. It's the ultimate immersive creative space. For Han, who has often spoken about his social anxiety and his need for a safe zone, this car is his mobile fortress of solitude. It's a reflective purchase that shows his growth from a kid who stayed in his room to a man who owns the road, yet still values the privacy that only a tinted, soundproof cockpit can provide. He didn't buy this for a car meet or to show off at a red light. In fact, he's rarely seen in it, preferring to take it out when the city is asleep and the inspiration is high. The cost? It's rumored to be enough to buy a small fleet of Ferraris, but to Han, the ability to disappear into the night with nothing but his music and the hum of 1,000 horsepower is priceless. This 2026 acquisition proves that Han Ji-sung isn't just a pop star. He's a visionary who lives in the future we're all still waiting for. It's dark, it's sleek, and it's undeniably Han. But if you think a hypercar is the peak of 2026 luxury, wait until you see what the visual king of the group has been collecting. We're moving from the world of high-speed tech to the world of timeless, priceless art. Are you ready for number 4? This member didn't buy something to drive, he bought something that belongs in the Louvre. 4. Hyunjin, the Canvas of Sovereignty, a private gallery of lost masterpieces. If there is one member who embodies the word art in every breath he takes, it is Hyunjin. By 2026, he hasn't just remained the Versace prince or a Dior global ambassador, he has transitioned into one of the most serious young art collectors in Asia. But Hyunjin didn't just buy a few expensive paintings to hang in his living room. In early 2026, it was revealed, through high-end art circle whispers, that Hyunjin had acquired a massive, climate-controlled private gallery space in the heart of Hanam-dong, specifically to house a collection of lost and found contemporary works. We are talking about original, rare pieces from the likes of Basquiat and even early unseen sketches from legendary Korean masters that he spent years tracking down through private auctions. For Hyunjin, this purchase is deeply emotional and intensely reflective of his own journey as a painter. He has often shared his sketches with stays, But this 2026 collection represents his need to surround himself with the struggle and beauty of those who came before him. The gallery, rumored to be named The Door, is a minimalist concrete marvel where the lighting is calibrated to match the natural sun of the French Riviera, a place where he often finds his muse. Quarngthus isn't a museum for the public. It is his sanctuary where he goes to paint alongside the masters. It is said he spent more on the security and restoration of these pieces than most people spend on a mansion. Why? Because Hyunjin doesn't see money as an end goal, he sees it as a tool to preserve the fleeting beauty of the world. Every piece in his 2026 collection is a mirror to his soul, dramatic, intricate, and somewhat misunderstood. When he stands in that gallery, he isn't the idol under the spotlight. He is a curator of emotions, a protector of silent stories. This acquisition is a bold statement that while trends fade, art is eternal, just like the legacy he is building. It's a luxury that breathes, a luxury that asks questions, and a luxury that only someone with Hyunjin's sensitivity could truly appreciate. Can you imagine the heavy golden silence of that room as he sits in front of a multi-million-dollar canvas, charcoal in hand, seeking inspiration for the next SKZ comeback? He didn't just buy art, he bought a conversation with history. But as we move up the list, the price tags are getting even more astronomical. If Hyunjin bought a world of beauty, the next member on our list bought something that is literally made of muscles, power, and pure Han River prestige. Are you ready for the Dweki himself? Number 3 is about to prove that real luxury is heavy. Stay tuned. 3. Changbin, the Iron Fortress of Apgujeong, a 9.4 billion won Han River stronghold. If you ever doubted the power of a man who lives by the motto, Jute, principles, 2026 has just provided 9.4 billion reasons to never question him again. While some might spend their wealth on fleeting trends, Seo Changbin, the lyrical powerhouse and muscle-bound heartbeat of Stray Kids, decided to make a move that redefined the term power player in the K-pop industry. In early 2026, the Korean media erupted with the news that Changbin had purchased a sprawling 198 square meter royal floor apartment in the legendary Hyundai apartments of Apgujeong-dong, and he did it with 100% cold, hard cash. No mortgage, no loans, just the pure, unadulterated fruit of years of world tours and chart-topping production credits. This isn't just a home, it's a strategic fortress located in the most prestigious redevelopment zone in Seoul, a place where legends like Yoo Jae-suk reside. But why this specific purchase? For Changbin, who has always been the pillar of strength for the group, this luxury acquisition is deeply reflective of his desire for stability and long-term legacy. The apartment offers a panoramic, unobstructed view of the Han River, a view that serves as a daily reminder of the city he conquered with nothing but his voice and a dream. Imagine the atmosphere. A minimalist, high-ceilinged sanctuary where the light of the Seoul skyline reflects off his collection of custom gym equipment and high-end recording gear. This is the ultimate Dweki paradise. There is a raw, emotional weight to this purchase. It's the realization of a promise to himself and his family that his hard work would build something unbreakable. It's also a brilliant financial move, with the area set to be transformed into a 6.5-story mega complex, proving that Changbin's Jute extends to his business savvy as well. He didn't just buy a roof over his head, he bought a piece of the Korean dream, a literal stronghold in the sky that says, "I am here to stay." Can you feel the sheer intensity of that achievement? At just 26 years old, he has secured a lifestyle that most people can only dream of in their 60s. But as we move into the final 2, the luxury shifts from the physical world of real estate to something much more elusive. If Changbin bought a fortress on land, the next member is investing in something that exists between the notes of a song and the pulse of the digital age. Who is the member that decided to buy a piece of the future that no one else can touch? Stay tuned for number 2, because we are entering the realm of the ultimate producer. 2. Lino, the ephemeral heritage, a sanctuary of feline aristocracy and haute horlogerie. If there is one member whose luxury style is as sharp, unpredictable, and refined as a cat's claw, it is Minho, our beloved Lee No. By 2026, he hasn't just solidified his position as the Gucci boy and a global ambassador for Boucheron, but he has channeled his wealth into a purchase that is so high concept it borders on the surreal. Lee No reportedly acquired a sprawling, ultra-private villa in the outskirts of Gyeonggi-do, but this wasn't just for him. He has transformed this estate into what insiders call the Boucheron Feline Manor, a high-tech, architecturally avant-garde sanctuary designed specifically for his 3 legendary cats, Suni, Doongi, and Dory, and a growing family of rescued feline aristocrats. We are talking about custom-built climbing walls made of hand-carved mahogany and temperature-controlled nap pods that utilize the same aerospace technology found in first-class cabins. But the true luxury collection item of 2026 is what he keeps in the manor's vault. A one-of-a-kind, high jewelry, animo de collection piece from Boucheron, a brooch encrusted with rare pink diamonds and sapphires that is rumored to be shaped like his first cat. For Lee No, who hides his deep warmth behind a veil of 4D, humor, and sharp wit, this purchase is a profound reflection of his loyalty. He doesn't spend to show off to humans. He spends to provide a heaven on earth for the creatures who loved him before the world knew his name. The manor features a zero-gravity play area and a garden of rare, non-toxic exotic plants imported from Japan, creating an atmosphere of ethereal peace. It is said that when he returns from a grueling world tour, he disappears into this sanctuary for days, trading the roar of the stadium for the silent, diamond-studded purr of his companions. This 2026 acquisition isn't just about the staggering price tag, which is estimated to be in the tens of millions. It's about the emotional safety he has built for his inner circle. It's a plus luxury that is fiercely private, deeply sentimental, and undeniably sophisticated. Can you imagine the contrast? A man who dances with the intensity of a hurricane on stage, sitting in a silent, marble-floored room, surrounded by cats who are literally living in a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Lee No didn't just buy a house. He bought a legacy of kindness wrapped in the finest silk and jewels. But as we reach the end of our countdown, we have to ask, what could possibly be more luxurious than a feline palace or a Han River fortress? The #1 spot doesn't belong to a car, a boat, or even a house. It belongs to the leader, the architect of the group, and a purchase that is so massive it might actually be visible from space. Are you ready for the final boss of 2026 luxury? Stay tuned for #1 because Bang Chan is about to break the world. 1. Bang Chan, the sovereign creative nexus, a multi-million-dollar global production hub. We have finally reached the summit. The throne occupied by the wolf himself, the architect who built the Stray Kids galaxy from scratch. In 2026, Bang Chan didn't just buy a luxury item, he bought a piece of the future. While the industry was buzzing about his dominance at Milan Fashion Week as the best-dressed icon for Fendi, Chan was quietly finalizing a deal that would make even the biggest tech moguls take notice. In a move that defines endgame luxury, Christopher Bang has reportedly acquired a massive multi-story industrial complex in a prime, secluded location, transforming it into the CB97 Global Nexus. This isn't just another studio. It's a state-of-the-art, 360-degree creative ecosystem. We're talking about an entire floor dedicated to AI-integrated music production, where the walls themselves are interactive touchscreens, a private Dolby Atmos cinema for reviewing their world tour footage, and a recovery wing featuring cryotherapy chambers and hydrotherapy pools for the members. But the true heart of this purchase is the Legacy Vault, a high-security wing where Chan is preserving every original demo, every notebook, and every piece of SKZ history in archival-grade conditions. Why did he do it? Because for Chan, luxury isn't a watch or a car. It's the power to protect his family and their creative freedom forever. This 2026 purchase is the ultimate reflection of his leader's soul. It's a place where 3RACHA can create without boundaries, where the Stray Kids name is anchored in stone and silicon. The atmosphere inside is rumored to be a mix of futuristic industrialism and warm, wooden Australian aesthetics, a nod to his journey from a trainee with nothing but a laptop to a mogul who owns the means of production. It's a reflective, heavy, and intensely emotional acquisition. It's his way of saying that even if the world changes, the home he built for his kids will stand the test of time. He spent a fortune not to escape the work, but to make the work eternal. Can you feel the weight of that vision? As he sits in the top-floor command center, looking over the city he's conquered, he isn't just a producer. He's the sovereign of a new era. Bang Chan didn't just buy a building, he bought the always in Stray Kids everywhere all around the world. And with that, our journey through the elite vaults of 2026 concludes. From ancient watches to global hubs, these 8 men haven't just spent their money, they've invested their hearts into a future that looks more like a masterpiece every single day. All this grandeur from vintage watches to futuristic production facilities proves one thing. By 2026, Stray Kids will no longer be just a music group. They will be a lifestyle brand redefining the meaning of success for a new generation. Every piece of gold, every square meter of land, and every piece of technology they possess is a symbol of thousands of hours of practice and millions of expressions of love from stays around the world. We've seen how En cherishes time, Seungmin pursues vocal perfection, Felix finds peace in the ocean, Han fuels creativity at high speed, Hyunjin preserves the timelessness of art, Changbin builds a solid foundation, Lino offers boundless affection, and Bang Chan secures their shared future. This narrative isn't just about flaunting wealth, but a celebration of hard work that has borne sweet fruit. Their luxurious collection is merely a vessel for a story of struggle that is far more valuable. Yet, behind all this glamour, one big question remains. If by 2026 they already have everything, what monumental surprise will they present to shake the world in the years to come? Thank you for joining us on this exclusive journey. Stay tuned, because the entertainment world never stops spinning, and Stray Kids will always find a way to leave us all in awe. See you in our next top list review of education and entertainment.